So Maya, still doing that little computer thing? My Aunt Leslie's voice cut across the dinner table like a knife. Before I could even open my mouth, my older sister Vanessa laughed. Oh, she just makes websites or something. Nothing serious. My phone buzzed in my pocket. An email notification. Something important. But I said nothing. I should have spoken up right then. But I didn't. And that silence almost cost me everything. My name is Maya. I'm 26 years old. I work as a UX designer for a mid-sized tech startup. I know. That probably doesn't sound glamorous to you. It didn't sound glamorous to my family either. I'm the youngest of 2 daughters. Vanessa is 30, works in corporate finance, drives a BMW, wears designer everything. She's the kind of person who walks into a room and owns it. I'm not like that. I'm quiet, introverted. I don't wear flashy clothes or talk about bonuses at family dinners. But here's the thing. I wasn't the one with the corner office or the designer handbags, but I had something they never saw coming. For years, I felt invisible at family gatherings. My work was dismissed as just tech stuff or playing on computers. Like I was still a kid messing around in my bedroom. I loved what I did. I poured everything into my projects, created designs that actually helped people. But my family barely noticed. I stopped trying to impress them years ago. Or so I thought. Has your family ever treated you like this? Share your story below, because I promise you, you're not alone. The real story started 3 months before that dinner. It was a Sunday brunch at my parents' house, the kind where my mom makes too much food and everyone sits around the table for hours. I was excited. Actually excited. My team had just won a major industry award for a product I'd led the design on. It was a huge deal in the UX world, and I wanted to share it with my family. So, I said, trying to sound casual, my team won the Web Vision Award this week, for the app I've been working on for the past year. My mom looked up from her mimosa. That's nice, honey. A pause. Then she turned immediately to Vanessa. Vanessa, tell everyone about your client meeting in Dubai. Just like that. Dismissed. Vanessa leaned back in her chair, smiling. Awards are cute, Maya, but do they actually pay you more? I just got a $15,000 bonus. The table murmured with approval. My dad set down his fork. When are you going to get a real job with benefits, sweetheart? This startup thing worries me. My cousin Derek laughed from across the table. My nephew makes websites in high school. Maybe Maya can give him some tips. Everyone chuckled. I forced a smile, laughed along, but inside, something cracked. I went home that day and cried in my car for 20 minutes. But here's what they didn't know. That same week, my boss sent me a private email. The award had caught the attention of a major investor. Someone big. Someone interested in our work. Interested in me? Something was building. Something they couldn't see yet. I learned that day. They'd never celebrate me. So I stopped waiting for their permission. 2 months later, Vanessa got promoted to senior VP. I found out through Instagram stories. There was my whole family, sitting at some upscale restaurant downtown, champagne glasses raised, Vanessa in the center, glowing. I wasn't even invited. I texted my mom. Why wasn't I told? She replied an hour later. Oh, sweetie, it was a work crowd thing. You wouldn't have fit in. I scrolled back through the photos. My dad, my mom, Aunt Leslie, cousin Derek, Uncle Paul, not a single coworker from Vanessa's office. Just family. The family I apparently wouldn't fit in with. A few weeks after that, Vanessa got engaged. She hosted an engagement party at my parents' house. I showed up with a gift and a smile, determined to be supportive. Her fiancé's family was there. Wealthy, polished, the kind of people who summer in the Hamptons. Vanessa pulled me over to introduce me. This is my little sister. She's still figuring things out career-wise. Her fiancé's mother smiled at me, that pitying kind of smile. Oh, don't worry, dear. Not everyone is cut out for the corporate world. I tried to clarify. Actually, Vanessa cut me off. She does freelance design stuff. Very flexible. It wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the truth either. And she knew it. I stood there holding my glass of wine, nodding along, smiling, but inside I felt myself shrinking. I wasn't invisible. I was a mirror they didn't want to look into. 2 weeks later, Vanessa texted me, "Hey, can you design our wedding invitations? Family discount?" I wanted connection. I wanted to feel like I mattered to her. "Sure," I replied. "I can do that." "Great. Since you're family, you don't mind doing it for free, right?" I stared at that message for a long time. Then I agreed. I spent 20 hours on those invitations. Custom illustrations, hand-lettered typography. The kind of work I'd normally charge $2,000 for. I sent her the files, proud of what I'd created. Her response came the next day. "These are cute, but can you make them more professional? My planner said they look homemade." Homemade. A week later, I saw the final invitations on her Instagram. She'd used my concept, my layout, but hired a real designer to execute it. No credit. No mention of me. Just a caption. "Obsessed with how these turned out." That was the moment I realized the truth. They didn't just dismiss me. They actively minimized me to feel better about themselves. But here's what they didn't know. For the past 2 months, I'd been in stealth negotiations. The investor who'd noticed my award? They'd made an offer to acquire our company's design division, and they wanted me as creative director. I'd be leading a new independent studio under Vertex Media Group. Full creative control, equity stake, everything I'd ever dreamed of. I didn't tell my family. Part of me didn't want to jinx it. But honestly, I wanted to protect myself. If it fell through, I couldn't handle their judgment. My mentor at work, Priya, kept encouraging me through the process. "You don't owe them a preview of your life," she said over coffee one afternoon. I signed the NDA, reviewed the contracts with a lawyer, attended meetings in conference rooms that overlooked the city, and my family had no idea. What they didn't know was that while they were laughing at my little computer thing, I was building something they couldn't even comprehend. The deal was closing in 3 weeks, the same week as Vanessa's bridal shower. My girlfriend Jordan watched it all happen. We'd been together for 2 years. My family knew about her, but they didn't really acknowledge her. Another thing they preferred to minimize. After the bridal shower invitation incident, Jordan confronted me. "Why do you keep letting them do this to you?" "They're my family," I said. "What am I supposed to do?" "You're supposed to stop shrinking yourself to make them comfortable." Priya told me something similar. She'd been through her own family drama. She understood. "The day I stopped performing for people who refused to see me," she said, "I finally became myself." She gave me advice I'll never forget. You don't need to prove anything. But if you want to speak your truth, do it for you, not for their reaction. The bridal shower was at my parents' house on a Saturday afternoon. I showed up with a gift from Vanessa's registry. A $300 Le Creuset cookware set. Vanessa opened it in front of everyone. "Oh, from Maya. Probably something from Amazon." My mom patted my shoulder. "Maya's so sweet. Even though she doesn't make much, she tries." I heard my aunt whisper to someone nearby. "I worry about her. 26 and still no real career." Vanessa was VP by that age. I stepped outside onto the porch. Tried not to cry. Jordan followed me. "You're signing those papers next week, right?" "Yes." "Then this is the last time you let them make you feel small." Something shifted in me then. I wasn't angry anymore. I was free. The family dinner happened 1 week after I signed the deal. It was supposed to be a pre-wedding celebration for Vanessa. Everyone gathered around my parents' dining room table. Vanessa talked about the wedding, the honeymoon in the Maldives, the new condo she and her fiancé just bought. My dad raised his glass. To Vanessa, who's always made us so proud, a true success story. My mom beamed. We're so blessed to have such an accomplished daughter. Then Aunt Leslie turned to me. And what about you, Maya? Any updates? Or still the same? That dismissive tone, the one I'd heard my whole life. Vanessa smirked. Oh, Maya's doing her thing. Aren't you, sis? I set down my fork. Actually, yes. I do have news. The room went quiet. They weren't used to me speaking up. Last week, I signed a contract to become creative director of a new design studio. My mom smiled, patronizing. Oh, honey, that's nice. Another startup? Not exactly. It's backed by Vertex Media Group. Vanessa's smile faltered. Wait, the Vertex? Yes, they acquired our division. I negotiated my role, salary, and equity stake. My dad leaned forward. What kind of salary are we talking about? 140,000 base, plus equity that could be worth significantly more. Silence. Complete silence. Vanessa recovered first. Well, that's good, but I'm also being flown to Copenhagen next month to speak at a design conference, and Fast Company is interviewing me for their 30 Under 30 Creatives feature. My mom blinked. Why didn't you tell us? I looked at her. Really looked at her. I tried to. 3 months ago, I told you about the award. You changed the subject. Vanessa's face flushed. That's not fair. You told your fiancé's family I was figuring things out. You used my design work for free, then called it homemade. My dad cleared his throat. Maya, we've always supported you. You've supported the version of me that stayed small, the one that didn't threaten Vanessa's spotlight. Jordan squeezed my hand under the table. Quiet support. I stood up, placed my napkin on the table. I don't need you to be proud of me now. I needed it before, but I built this without you, and I'll keep building without your approval. I looked at Vanessa. Congratulations on the wedding, Vanessa. I mean that. But I won't be shrinking myself anymore. Jordan and I walked out together. Behind us, my family sat in stunned silence. My phone blew up that night. My mom. You embarrassed us. Was that necessary? Vanessa. I'm happy for you, but you didn't have to make a scene at my dinner. My dad. We should talk about this like adults. I didn't respond. Not that night. Not the next day. 3 days later, I sent one message to the family group chat. I love you all, but I won't minimize myself to make you comfortable anymore. When you're ready to see me as I actually am, I'll be here. Then I muted the chat. Jordan took me out to celebrate properly. Just the two of us. Champagne and takeout on our apartment balcony. Priya sent flowers to my new office. The card read, "Proud of you." Some family members reached out genuinely. My younger cousin texted, "You're kind of my hero." Vanessa eventually sent a real apology. I was jealous. I'm sorry. Our relationship is different now. Distant, but honest. A few weeks later, I stood in my new office. My name was on the door. Maya Chen, Creative Director. I took a photo and almost posted it to Instagram. Almost sent it to the family chat. But I didn't. For once, their silence didn't hurt me. It freed me. I finally understood. I never needed their approval. I just needed my own. If this story hit home, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button and drop a comment telling me, have you ever had to stand up to family who minimized you? Where are you watching from? I read every single comment, and your story matters. You don't need anyone's permission to be proud of yourself. Remember that. I'll see you in the next one.